Alright, so today I want to talk about some books that you can read that will help with your blacksmithing or bladesmithing interest. But I just want to go on record. I'm still learning, I'm still a beginner, so all these books are coming from a beginner's point of view. The first one I'm going to start off with is a blacksmithing book. This was given to me by someone that worked with my dad. It's the Farm Blacksmith. I do believe it was based on an article once, and then it got turned into a book. It's quite interesting. I enjoyed it. Mostly do stuff that you repairs on farms, obviously, because the farm blacksmith. So, Art of Blacksmithing by Alex W. Beeler. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. This one, I like this one. I never made it all the way through because I was halfway through it and doing all the blacksmithing, and I all of a sudden got an interest into bladesmithing. But there are a lot of basics in here that can help with both. Like the art, the visuals really help too. Stuff like this is kind of interesting to me. Like stuff that moves, I really find that interesting, where you can make something that works together. When I come across those things in here, that really catches my attention. Shows you how to make, shows a little bit of bladesmithing. Right here, you can see it's cutting down the center of a blade, and then you're gonna put high carbon steel in there. Explains all that. Roman type sword. Shows you how to make a bunch of tools and all that as well. I find this quite interesting. Oh yeah, even chainmail. Yeah, that was quite interesting as well. So yeah, got some helmet making in here as well. So that's why I kind of like this book. It goes from blacksmithing all the way to armor smithing and much more. Here is the barrel making, rifle barrel. So it shows several different ways to make a barrel. Now let's go to bladesmithing. Basic knife making. So I read this book before I read this one, because I had that one before I had this one, but this one is like basic, and if you're just getting into it, it'd be a good starter. The reason I say that is because if you don't have many tools, it shows you how to turn a common tool into a tool that you need for bladesmithing. For example, if I can find the grinder. So I have a grinder like this, or I upgraded, but I still have this one. And I was always having troubles getting into the corners by the ricasso, making those, because the belt didn't go to the edge. You couldn't adjust that. So what it showed here was cutting a piece out, and then you were able to get your belt to an edge. You were able to get in those tight corners for your knife. That was really helpful. This is what this book was helpful for. I really like this one. It's if I start over, I'd read this one first, then I'd read the other one. So this is basic knife making, from raw steel to a finished stub tang knife, by I'm not going to try to pronounce that. So I'll try to put the links in the bio in the bottom of the video. So that's that one, and then this one. I like this one. This one was really nice. I got most of my out of the books I read, I got most of my stuff out of this one. And this is where I got the design for my forge. It shows you how to make several different types of forges. I got my design from here. I just made some adjustments to it. Mine's a little different. But yeah, this was really nice and helpful. I don't think I ended up going through the Damascus either, because I also felt like I wasn't ready for that. But I did learn how to make Damascus. The best thing you could do for learning how to do this craft is learn from someone else. Take a class. I took a one-on-one class. It was awesome. It really pushed me forward with this craft. But if you don't have that available to you, books are great too. So, The Complete Bladesmith, Forging Your Way to Perfection, from Jim. And then I just got this one. I haven't gone through it yet, but it's Knife Engineering, Steel, Heat Treating, and Geometry. I just picked this one up from Maritime Knife and Supply. I'm not sure when I'm going to get into it, but it looks pretty interesting. It's just, I think the science might be over my head. But you never know. That'll be an interesting one to read. And I'm just going to throw this one in here. I bought this one to because I was a little bit interested in armor making, doing some armor here and there. just for fun, not to sell. So Techniques of Medieval Armor Reproduction. So yeah, by Brian R. Price. I'm just showing you this book. I never read it. I think it'd be interesting to read, but I've got very little time on my hands, so I'm mostly just focusing on bladesmithing. But if you are interested in armor making, this looks like a good book to read, but you can let me know. It looks nice. I would love to do it someday. And I bought this book just to look through all different types of swords and knives, daggers. This was really interesting. There's some old style mechanical knives that I really thought were cool, and I was like, I want to make that. These are books I've read or been working on reading. As a beginner bladesmith, I'm not an expert, so you choose your books wisely. I'm just saying what I've read. Hope you enjoy this short video. I hope you go out and buy one of these books, learn from it, or take a class. I'll try to put the links to all these books in the bio.